You're listening to What She Said on Canada Talks.
Hello there, I'm Christine Bentley in studio with Sharon Caddy and our guest Brian Winston from the Winston Collective, who is a global expert on retail, fashion, and luxury brands from every angle. And today, Brian, welcome, by the way.
Thank you so much. Pleasure as always to be
I
here.
hope you were listening to all those Super Bowl recipes.
I was, and I'm her target customer. What can I tell you?
Knowing Brian, it'll be caviar and moët
And chips.
And moët chandon.
I want to go to your Super Bowl party.
Okay,
Brian,
everybody's invited.
Let's talk about something that is so crucial for any brand, actually, but particularly luxury, which is service.
Absolutely. Service is at the key of any brand, whether it be a luxury brand or a regular, everyday kind of brand that you go into your Shoppers Drug Mart or your Rexall or your Duane Reade or whatever. But it's the service aspect that makes you feel that you don't mind taking your money and giving it to someone. And I think that we really have to talk about that today because that's so essential to how businesses are going to succeed in their brick and mortar operations.
Well,
So
speaking as a consumer, I have actually stopped going to certain places because of lack of service.
I agree with that 100%. And part of that's called human connection. Mm-hmm. So when you link in with someone who's kind of gets you a little bit, you feel more in tune with wanting to be in that environment and to shop within that environment. But there's a fine line, and we're going to talk about that fine line today as to where we don't step over as a sales associate, where we go as a customer, and what it is that we need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's start with the sale experience.
Fabulous. You walk into a great store and you're excited to be there because you really want to purchase something. You're interested in seeing what's new, what's exciting. And as you walk in the door, nobody greets you. Now, we're not talking about a greeter at Walmart that says, "Good morning, welcome to Walmart." We're talking about somebody that acknowledges your presence, that you are actually taking up space, and that you're an important person coming into their environment. And absolutely today, every customer is an important person. They need your business. They want your business, and they should be going after your business. So how do we train our staff to recognize you, but not be, as I like to say, OTT, over the top?
Oh yeah, that's a problem because I've only really held one retail job on the floor, and I actually lost it because I just wouldn't harass people. Because and speaking as a client of a store, I prefer someone coming up, like you say, introduce yourself, let me know you're there to help me, and if you need anything, ask me. Right?
Right. And I think that a really good salesperson engages. Mm-hmm. And they have to engage that customer in a realistic and true format. So what does that mean exactly? So it doesn't mean, "Hi, I'm John, and if you need something, I'm here."
Right.
And then you go back to whatever it was you were doing on your iPhone or whatever. It really means, "Good morning. We've got a great section over here that you may be interested in." Mm-hmm. It's the newest arrivals, or we've got reductions over there on ABC.
I like that.
And we all like that, right? And we want to know about what's going on within the business. But we don't want to be followed. We hate people that follow us because we're not there to steal the goods. We're not there to make them messy, or we just want to find what we want to find.
And we want to have a look on our own.
Correct.
Tell me what may be of interest, and then leave me alone and let me just kind of walk around, and I'll let you know when
I need you.
Yeah.
When I need a size, does it come in a different color? Is it available at a different store if it's not? And part of the new technologies today are such that salespeople should have their iPads with them, so that they can determine, okay, we don't have the red in size medium, but our other store in ABC has it, and wouldn't it be great if we could just ship it to you directly so you didn't have to be inconvenienced to come back? So, you could do that? How fabulous! And that's what service is about.
Well, sometimes service, even if it's good when you buy something, it's not so good when you return something.
Absolutely, and we have to talk about that because we've all been in what I refer to as the psychedelic tie mode. So you're in the store and you look at this tie and you think, oh my God, it's so fabulous, the colors, whatever. And then you come home and you say, what drugs was I on that day? Because it's so damn ugly. And you think, I can't put this on. I must have been hallucinating, right?
Yeah. Or I'm thinking, well, I bought this and where am I ever going to wear it? Like, I don't live that lifestyle. Or I'm never going to be hiking in the Himalayas. So why did I buy it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I just ran into an old friend the other day and we were chatting and she said, I used to pack to travel on the, maybe I'm going to need something. And she said, and now I don't pack that way. And I use your method of packing. So it's very concise. So we'll talk about that one day as well.
Okay.
But going back to that return. So if I'm in a department store, I don't necessarily need to go back to the department where I bought that item. I should be able to go on the main floor and return it either at customer service or some other cash counter because I'm in a hurry and my time is valuable and I am the consumer. And if I'm the consumer, it should be convenient. So, and then for sure I don't want to be made to feel guilty or bad about the fact that I have to return the item. For whatever reason, whether it's the psychedelic tie, whether I was talked into it, or perhaps maybe it didn't fit the same way I thought it fit when I was trying it on, and I'm not comfortable with that. Whatever the reasons be, let's return it. Now, if somebody returns that and gives you the credit back on your credit card or whatever, that's great. Now, if you paid cash for that, this is one of my pet peeves. I hate them saying, well, I don't have the cash to give you. We'll send you a check in 12 to 21 days. So why are you holding on to my money?
Yeah.
That's not fair. I paid you the money yesterday or the day before or whatever.
So put it on my Visa.
Right. But
If
they
you can.
won't.
Yeah.
Because they have to keep the transaction equal. So I paid for it on Visa, you should get your credit back on Visa.
Right.
I paid cash, they have to pay you cash back.
Right.
But they should be able to put that credit somewhere
Right.
on the spot.
Exactly.
Makes me nuts.
Well, one thing that makes me nuts is snotty staff, and this is where you really can weigh in because you are an expert on luxury brands and some of the luxury stores. I mean, the staff are snottier than the clients. You've got multi-millionaires walking in buying $8,000 purses, and you would think that the staff owned the company.
And
They won't even look at you. They won't help you. You're beneath them.
Yes, and that's a real problem that takes place with staff in many luxury brands. And I look to the actual companies as faulting them, as not giving them sufficient training. So here's my thought on that entirely. First of all, you said as if they're the owners. You know what? The owners wouldn't be doing that.
That's
No.
right.
They would understand that they need that sale and they want that sale, and maybe that $8,000 purse is going to translate into a $50,000 sale by the time we add all the additives.
That's right.
The little thing that goes inside the purse, the chain that hangs off the purse, whatever.
Right.
By the time you do that, it can really add up. Oh, did I mention the pair of shoes that just came in that would coordinate well with that? That kind of thing. However, sometimes sales associates think that they are their customer, and they are not their customer. They are hired in a position to be helpful, to be real, to be suggestive, but they are not the customer, which means they don't have that option to be rude, to be ignoring a particular customer. What they are there for is to engage the brand, to teach the customer. And sometimes you have to send the customer away after you've educated them on something so that they can have a day to think about it. It's a big purchase in luxury. And they need some time to sort of digest all the information, if you're a good salesman person, that you give them.
Well, Brian, we don't have too much time, but what is your takeaway for what needs to be done very quickly? We have maybe 30 seconds. What needs to be done in terms of training staff?
The Canadian staff need to realize that there's a lot of competition coming in. They need to be on their toes, and they need to have some professional consultants, such as myself, put into their environment to train the staff so that they are at their peak performance.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Sounds good to me, because there are some people that are getting it.
Absolutely. We know that.
We know that.
We do.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.